Hey, this is Cypher117 here from the place of Minecraft, and this is going to be the first in a series of tutorial type thingies, just giving you guys some tips on helping you out with your buildings. This episode is going to be about supports and pillars. So here, we've got a bit of a mismatch of various kinds of pillars, and these are just built as examples, so I can talk to you about them and explain what the hell's going on. So alright, imagine you've got a large room, and right now it's just empty. Adding even like a basic pillar like this, it'll just break up the room and make it look that much nicer. But normally you would want to go something with more detail than that. Like over here, this is basically a cross-shaped pillar, and then I've capped off the base with tiles. On the other side, this is a different example of a pillar. Actually, that one's not my favorite. Okay, I'll just skip by that one. Here, we've got logs in the corners. And logs look really good for pillars, because if you look at their texture, they got these vertical lines, and they can really exaggerate the height, and they just look good. And then I filled between the logs with various other materials, just so you can have a look at some different examples. Over here we got the sandstone and sand pillars. If you look at the sandstone texture, at the top there's this horizontal line, which makes sandstone kind of look like it could be a pedestal or a plinth or something. So that often looks good if you have sandstone at the base and then some other material above it. Here I've got sand. Running the other side, got another example of what it looks like when it's all sandstone. Over here I've got the sandstone base, sand in the middle, and then capped off with a sandstone half block. And then here I've got bricks. Now bricks are actually quite a difficult material to use, or to make look good at least. But I think this looks not too bad. I'm not 100% happy with it, but for my first attempt at using bricks in this sort of way, it's not too bad. You'd have to find the right sort of situation. Anyway, I'll take you over to some examples. Over on the seawall of this town I'm working on, you can see I've got pillars with a thicker base at the bottom capped off with tiles, and then I've sort of layered it with an arch, and that gives it a really nice effect of depth, I guess. Inside I've got these pillars here, so it's not just a flat roof inside. I'll see if I can show you what it would look like with a flat roof. So as you can see, that's with a flat roof. And there we are, back with those supports. Just that much more detail can make the difference between a cool building and an awesome building. Here again, I've got these bridges up above this walkway. I'll show you the bridges from above, so you can just see what they are. And once again, it just breaks up the skyline. I'll just set 0 so you can see without. It's just kind of open and plain. It doesn't look bad, but when you put them in, it's just that much nicer. Okay, over here, I originally built this wall completely flat here, without these two pillars. There we are. So that's how it is, that's how it is as just a flat wall. But with the pillars there, once again, it's just a bit more detail. Really makes it look just a little bit better. Now if I head over to the train station, you'll see some building by our very own C. Mundy designing these pillars here. We got the vertical log in the middle, the log texture exaggerating the height, like I said before, combined with cobblestone. Looks really nice here, because they're both very rough textures, um, but they're completely different as well. So it's contrasting, but it kind of ties it together. And as you can see, the pillar is flat. It's a 3x1 base. So that's going to exaggerate the length of the building. And if you look up the roof here, you can see we've got these horizontal cobblestone supports. And they break up the sky. Like before, in that underground path, I had those bridges. Here we've got these thin, kind of modern looking straight supports running underneath the glass. Looks pretty nice. Basically, experiment, do what you want. I've just given you a few ideas and just try to explain how just simple things like this can really change how a building looks. I hope I helped you, and this is goodbye from Cypher17.